Hey guys, this is RuRoniK95 here, and welcome to the 2022 edition of my DVD and Blu Ray collection library video series. So today we're going to be taking a look at what I got here in the spirit of Halloween. I'm going to be taking a look at my Dracula depiction in movies, TV series, because I have mostly on movies. There's also ones in like cartoons, especially spooky stuff for kids. And there's also some anime on here that I got that I wanted to do for this video, which I haven't thought of doing one before until now. So that's the reason why we're going to do this. Because Halloween's in 7 days around the corner from that one as well. So let's do this video. Today, on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back. In the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to showcasing something I wanted to do on this video, which is something that I haven't thought of doing one before. Probably I should have done this, which I forgot to do, because yesterday I haven't made any videos in a while, though. But it's up to this case, though, is that, from what I'm being said, is that here is the biggest reason of how I want to do this video, though, just in case in time for Halloween, is that this is something that I haven't thought of doing one before, which I should have done as well, which I forgot to do it yesterday, but I was too tired, that's why. So today I'm going to be showcasing here of how horror characters depicted in movies, TV shows, as well as cartoons, and there's some anime on there, because I'm talking about Dracula in this one, of how this is depicted in movies, TV series, cartoons, and even some, especially the spooky stuff for kids, and even anime also as well. So this is basically the Dracula depiction in movies, TV series, spooky stuff for kids, especially for the cartoons, and even some anime on there as well. So let's dive into this. Let's start off here in the category under the movies. This one here I got is Dracula, the Legacy Collection. This is the 2004 Universal Home Entertainment release on here. This has two different versions of Dracula on there. One being the original score, and the other with the Philip Glass score on that one as well. Whew, sorry. And this includes Stephen Sommers on Universal's classic monster Dracula, and The Road to Dracula, which is the original documentary on there. And this includes the featured commentary with film historian David J. Skal. And this also includes the Spanish version of Dracula, with the introduction with Lupita Tovar in that one. Because I think this was released in 1931, around the same time as the Bela Lugosi Dracula in that one as well. Until you see him again in particularly, like, I believe it was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein also. And this also includes Dracula's Daughter and the other John Carradine movies that he's in, like Son of Dracula and House of Dracula. Yep. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Yeah, because I might as well do a DVD review on this at some point, like maybe next Halloween as well. And I have a couple of these Hammer horror film ones on here, which I have on VHS, but those are the ones on VHS. They're also available in the 4-film collection DVD set, and that is Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. This is basically the stars Christopher Lee in that one. Yeah, who is famously known for the satanic rites of Dracula in that one as well. I mean, this is basically considered to be what Hammer Films had a lot to do for in this particularly. Of how this goes into the horror genre as well. This is the most atmospheric film from England's Hammer Studios, which I didn't know because this has got me introduced to Hammer films as well. Here's the VHS of this one, because this is a former copy from Hollywood Video. Well, I think I got this a long time ago at Hollywood Video, which I think I remembered it all now. Yeah, with a sticker label on there. Yeah, I think that says horror on this. Like, you can find this in the horror movie section at Hollywood Video as well, like that as well. This also got a DVD release, but it's only available in the 4-film collection set as well, or something like that. Yeah, because I might give this a rewatch at some point as well. And another Hammer horror film on VHS that I have here on DVD, on here. Yeah, because I think I got this one also. And that is the one here. And that is Taste the Blood of Dracula. Another Hammer films on there. Yeah, because this basically explains of how I wanted to come by for one of those movies that are made by Hammer on there. If you notice the spine on this VHS, this has the sticker that says horror on there, because you can find this in the horror movies section at a Hollywood Video back then. Yeah, here's the tape. Yeah, because you can tell on there, it's a former. You can tell I got this at a long time ago at Hollywood Video, because I had to buy this movie on VHS, because this is basically before Blu Rays and 4K Ultra HD arrives as well. Oh, I think of it. For some reason, Taste the Blood of the Dracula is also part of the 4-film collection as well on DVD, in case you're wondering. Alongside with Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. These two are also available in the 4-film collection set that is also available on DVD, which I have here. I really need to get the 1979 Dracula movie that stars Frank Langella, which is the 1979 gothic horror film, because I basically wanted to start to check out these adaptations as well. Yeah, because I'm wondering basically if I could ever find a Blu Ray copy or a DVD copy of the 1979 Dracula movie. You know, the one that stars Frank Langella in that one. I'll probably find that at some point as well. And another movie that I consider to be my favorite Dracula as well, just to consider how Universal's Dracula movie was basically a play on from the take on the novel by Bram Stoker. This is a movie that is more closer to the novel, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is basically my favorite movie on there, because this is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who recently worked on the Godfather trilogy in that one as well, as I can understand why. This DVD has both versions on here. One in pan and scan full frame format, and the other being in letterbox widescreen format on this DVD as well. And come to think of it, basically, I got this a while back at Half Price Books as well. This one's also available on the Blu Ray as well, which has some of the extras on there, including the production scenes and behind the scenes ones on there, as well as documentaries in general. There's only 52 chapters on this DVD, because this is the old edition of Bram Stoker's Dracula on that one, in case you're wondering why. And yes, this is the the artwork that they use for those VHS releases on here. Like, one being the 1993 VHS release of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which has a previews on there, which includes the video game on there, and the soundtrack promo. And the other version, which it has the 50th anniversary collection of Columbia home video pictures on here, which I think this was part of Columbia TriStar Home Video, which is now called Sony, which is now part of Sony, which I have a feeling particularly. And for some reason is that this basically how... And the costume design was designed by Eiko Ishioka as well. Yeah, because I considered Bram Stoker's Dracula to be my all-time favorite movie, because this is very getting closer to the novel, which I have right there. Yeah, because I wanted to come by for this one as well. Yeah, because even though I've already done a movie review on this a while back, this has given you the positive thinking, though. Because that's why I love this movie. It has its moments, though, particularly of how I wanted to come by for this one. And for the reason is that there's no extras on this DVD on here. But you could find that also, if you want to find the one that has the extras on there, I think it's maybe only available in the newer edition on DVD, and it's also available on the Blu Ray on there, in case you wonder why. I'll probably come by for this one as well. Before we dive into the TV shows on, spooky stuff for kids, as well as the anime. For the movies, however, most of those on here, my preferences on here, of how it's basically depicted from the novel from Bram Stoker. Especially like these ones on the movies as well. Well, although I have a couple of Hammer films on there, like Taste the Blood of Dracula and Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, there is another one I wanted to get called The Satanic Rites of Dracula, which I think that's another film on there, which I think may be available in those public domain DVD release ones, or if you could find any DVD release or something. I wonder if you could find it in one of those like Mill Creek horror ones as well. Yeah, which is a lot very more common, though, of how I wanted to come by for every single one of them as well. Oh. Although, because I have got the thing. As for the Universal Classic Monsters thing for the film like Dracula, Dracula appeared again in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein as well. Despite, though, that I have been done videos like these as well, I'm giving in the facts of how I wanted to look in film. And there is also almost the take on these legal reasons on there, like from other silent horror films as well, such as the 1929 film Nosferatu, starring Max Schreck as well, which is the 1929 silent horror film, which is a lot more different version of Dracula, though. And there's also the 1979 Nosferatu movie also, which is more different than the 1929 silent horror film as well. A lot more, from what I understand why. Just to consider the fact for any horror movies out there in general. In case you wonder why. For the own credibility of this as well. And in the own possible way like whenever, most necessarily movies in general, though. Just to let you know, because I'm giving you a little information, though, as well. However, the 1979 Dracula movie, I think it was also part of was released on VHS, part of Universal Thrillers collection. You know, like, most significantly 70s horror movies out there in that. And I think the 1979 Dracula movie starring Frank Langella is one of them. Especially for every movie like this. Especially the ones that were based on the novel by Bram Stoker as well. As for the film like Bram Stoker's Dracula, however, this is a lot more closer to the novel, though. Such as Jonathan Harker's journal of how this was taken from the book as well. And even basically of how different origins of how it's more different from Vlad the Impaler, of how the name Vlad Dracula came from, of how it's originated, of how, despite of how he could come by for this. Yeah, that's basically low. And finally, to some TV shows on here, I have is the complete 5th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This one basically has the episode Buffy vs. Dracula, which I think that's episode 1 on DVD. Which I'm thinking that'll be in disc 1 on here, which covers 4 episodes on disc 1 of the 5th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer on DVD. Is that this has come to the fact that this came with a booklet that I'm just going to show you. Yeah, in case you're wondering why. Yeah, because I have a feeling is that I wanted to look for. I can come by for this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I found it. Which the episode air date was, I think, September 26, 2000. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's only in disc 1. Which is basically of how Dracula leaves Buffy desiring of how he could learn about herself and through asking Giles to once again to be her watcher. Because I think that's in the episode Buffy vs. Dracula in that one. Yeah, because Dracula only appeared in an episode of Buffy in the 5th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is the episode Buffy vs. Dracula in the 5th season of this series on there. Of how I wanted to come by for this, because just because it's Dracula is adapted from the book by Bram Stoker. That's why. Of how I wanted to come by on how this depicts as well. In case you wonder why as well. Now there you have it though, on their TV shows. In this Digipack set as well. And finally to some spooky stuff for kids as well. Which I have under cartoons, and that is Count Duckula. This is basically the old British cartoon from the 80s from Cosgrove Hall as well. Which I think this is basically of how the name is basically like a spoof pun name on Dracula, though. As well as the other character, like Dr. Von Goosewing in Count Duckula, is like a parody take on the name Abraham Van Helsing from the original novel by Bram Stoker. Is that this basically comes by for this is that of how they depicted Duckula as a vegetarian vampire duck as well. Well, he was originally a villain in an episode of Danger Mouse, another 80s cartoon from Cosgrove Hall as well. Yeah, this is going out of print, by the way, though. Collector's items. There is also the complete series set of this also available, but it's only in Region 2. It's only in the United Kingdom. Yeah. Basically. Although I've done even though I've already done videos like this, like a DVD review of this, even though I do have the shirt, but it's in my closet though. I love how the artwork looks on this DVD set, like character designs in that one. Like if you could take the discs out, as I was going to show you, look how gloriously beautiful it has. And here's the image on there. Even if I could show you. Yep. So I got this on Amazon for like $36 as well. Yeah. For some reason, this one never has attempt for it to get a Blu Ray release. I wonder why. That'll be the question to that. I'll probably pick this up on a complete series set in Region 2 on there. Because at least it has more episodes. Because this one I have, it's been released here in Region 1 land, which is here in the West, in the US as well. Because this DVD includes the interview with Brian Cosgrove, who is the co-founder at Cosgrove Hall, and this includes the interview with John Doyle, and this has How to Draw Count Dracula with Mike Waite, or whatever you want to pronounce it. And this also includes photo gallery and restoring Count Dracula, the split screen test on this DVD set. And by the way, this is going out of print by collector's items, especially for spooky stuff for kids, because kids can like this one as well. And yeah, this was also originally shown on Nickelodeon back in the 80s as well. Of how one of those as well, because I have a little cartoons way on there section on this. And finally, to the anime, I have Urusei Yatsura Volume 8 on here. This has the Dracula episode in Urusei Yatsura, which I think it's available in Volume 8 or something. Let me check. Oh, sorry about that. Although you don't know what it was. This is an Anime Pavilion card. Yeah, this has the liner notes I have right here on the Urusei Yatsura DVD. I think this includes the episode Story 50, What a Dracula. That's the episode. This one includes the Dracula episode on there. In this one where Dracula has writing a love letter to Lum in that episode, which I think this basically of how depicting a character that is from the story by Bram Stoker on there. And this one is where Kumori and Lum were talking about Dracula's misspelling as well, of how they wanted to come by for this, of how they do this as well. Yeah, Dracula episode, I think that's episode 27 of the Urusei Yatsura series on there. Yeah. I never knew about this until now. And of course, what radical thing is that? Yeah, because I think there's the little information on the liner notes on the Urusei Yatsura Volume 8 DVD is that it's said something, which it has the little information about the Dracula episode on Urusei Yatsura Volume 8 DVD on there. This basically takes the cake, unlike most of these Dracula adaptations depicting in like movies, TV series, as well as cartoons, especially spooky stuff for kids like Count Dracula, though. Urusei Yatsura has got the attention to me the most, which it has the 27th episode, which it has Dracula in that one. And for the reason is that I just wanted to come by for that one. Like, especially if you want to watch that episode, like, maybe on a Halloween, though. Yeah, because I wanted to come necessarily of how I wanted to realize is that you would know for that. I wanted to come by for how to finding adaptations being, well, characters being adapted from basically the subjects from books as well, that anybody hasn't read because they're watching television, though, but not just books in general, though. Yeah, because that's how I wanted to come by. Before, Dracula was depicted in movies, TV series, cartoons, and even in some anime. It was depicted in the book right there, which is on my shelf, though, which it was originally originated from these types of books, which anybody has been reading in the past, just because they're watching horror movies in general, though, of how I wanted to come by for that as well. Then again, just to consider or how it's been depicting in necessarily of how I having categories, because I had to do this in the spirit of Halloween, though, as well. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for my video where I'm discussing about how Dracula is depicted in movies, TV series, cartoons, and some anime on there for today's video here on the Physical Media Video Library series today, guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this video. Well, this is a new video because I had to do this in the spirit of Halloween, though, is that I wanted to showcase them to you like this as well because, hey, I wanted to do this video just to give you the facts of that, of how I wanted to do this every Halloween like that. Yeah, because I wanted to explain for the reason, and also that's how I wanted to come by for this Halloween, though. Subscribe for content on my Anime Planet, link in the description down below. If you want to check out my Anime Planet, link will be in the description down below, because I have a backlog of manga and anime on my Anime Planet account. Patreon link will be in the description down below as well. Anime Planet link will be in the description down below if you want to check those links out at your leisure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below on this video if you like as well. And also be sure to smack the like button if you enjoy this video. Click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. Smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest videos on here, because I wanted to do this one as well. And also, that's all I got for this video. Wow, I wanted to do a video like this on here because I wanted to do this in the spirit of Halloween, though, because Halloween's in 7 more days. That's why. This is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos. Take care.